In a world which overemphasizes on accolades and achievements, we often forget the heritage, history, art, and culture that shaped us and got us where we are today. 11 years back, I was in the same shoes as most of you in the audience, a student in grade 10, deciding on life plans, goals, huddling between extracurriculars and academics, attending the counseling session that the school provided, and really wondering what lay in life ahead of me after I graduated from school. Hi everyone, my name is Ria Golecha, and I'm here to do a little heart to heart conversation with you about my social enterprise venture that changed my life, nurtured my mind, and my way of thinking. So, back to my school days. School really provided me the platform that I had yearned for. I was the school head girl. I took active part in Broadway show annual functions, pursued a bachelor's degree in Kathak on the side, and really hustled to top school in academics in grade 12. I got admission into India's top ranked college in commerce and economics in Delhi, but somewhere inside of me, I still thought that I could do more. While in university, pursuing economics, I began to wonder how could I really use the artistic side of my brain and combine it with the power of business that I was learning in undergrad. So, a like minded student group came together in my university and we really began hunting for ideas to give birth to an arts related cause driven social enterprise. While passing by the Shadipur metro station in New Delhi, my friends and I stumbled into something called Kathputli colony. So, Kathputli colony was really a small peri-urban slum in New Delhi, India. This colony breeds an extremely talented group of puppeteer families who have been carrying forward the age-old puppetry culture. In this tiny colony resided over 4,000 artists who were currently still continue to live in questionable conditions, but they're eagerly waiting with hope to show the world what their art looks like and what they bring to the table. While we spoke to a group of puppeteers, this colony had acrobats, musicians, singers, swat swallowers, bhavai dancers, and a lot of Indian art culture related artists. So, speaking to a group of four puppeteers in the colony, we came to know that puppetry was slowly being abandoned as an art form, as it could not compete with modern cinema, entertainment, and social media. These artists were really becoming construction workers and they were choosing to give up puppetry as a whole. What motivated us to help was that these puppeteering artists had devoted their entire lives to perfecting their skill and artistry. So we really thought that as a young group of students, we could probably rack our brains together and make something work. So developing thematic storylines, narrative flares, having a musical sense, being the sutradhar, that is, one who manipulates the string. These puppeteers were literally masters of their art. And the art form really came naturally to them. So the birthplace of their artistry, which was the Kathputli colony, was a curious amalgam of artists like acrobats, singers, puppeteers, magicians. They were all really experts in their own field, having been trained by, elders in their family from a very early age. And without an audience or like performing contracts, they were slowly and gradually finding it really difficult to survive with minimal and sometimes no support. So they really had no defined way to get to square meters. So then when my team and I we came together, we saw a lot of success of puppetry ventures abroad that aired on national TV. And when my team and I brainstormed, we finally decided to register an Indian non for profit organization that chose puppetry as a core medium of behavior change communication that supported these underserved artists in Kathputli colony. So the value add of our puppetry services was really content that surprises, uplifts, and sparks imagination. So some of our puppet shows also help develop real world skills among young audiences and also share key social environmental messages related to health, nutrition, sanitation, safety, anything from something like a metro show performance to make students understand the importance of metro etiquettes to helping raise voter awareness is something that my team and I experimented with in our puppetry venture. So this not-for-profit trust was set up in 2012. And till date, my team and I, we continue working on this trust from different parts of the world. So far, I'm really proud to say that we've performed about 5,000 plus shows, with the most recent one being in London. So this is me back in 2014 with one of our Muppets. This is how our puppet show is shaped up. This is from one of our performances in Chandigarh, where we were talking about road safety using these Muppets. These are the traditional string puppets that my team and I thought that we could, really help modify these and bring in Muppets along with the traditional string puppets. So these traditional string puppets were something that the puppeteers at Kathputli colony were very well versed in doing, and they used to make wooden puppets like the ones that you see on the screen right now. This is one of the foreigner taking photo of the Kathputli colony. So in the background, you'll see that, it wasn't a very nice place to live in. It still isn't. The colony is literally in shambles. And it is difficult to maintain nice health, hygiene, sanitation within the colony. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But what you'll see is, how excited the puppeteers are to present the art form that they've inherited from their forefathers and, just spread messages to audiences. So these are photos which are really close to my heart and to my team's heart. And we wanted to share these with you. So these are face masks. We also do face mask related puppets. This is one from our most recent performance in London. This was in Somerset House. And our team was part of the India delegation that presented in the event that was taking place here. So it has been one of the highlights of our year so far. So I think the core operational team of our trust is still pursuing full-time jobs in consulting, investment banking, and a few of us are now in the world's leading business schools pursuing MBA programs. I'm myself recording this talk from London right now, where I'm currently working full-time with a biopharma consulting firm. But my part-time favorite hustle remains Kayakalp to this date, even after 10 whole years in this venture. So moving towards the conclusion, I wanted to touch on a few aspects. So there are a lot of problems that continue to exist in the puppetry world. Even after having performed at Indian and international events on multiple occasions, the puppeteers are not really treated with the same respect as mainstream artists. So existing within the same time and space as social media and OTT platforms like Netflix and, the Bollywood stars and the Hollywood stars that we have, etc., these traditional puppeteers are really facing insurmountable challenges in their efforts to promote an ancient art form, keep it alive, and also keep their families running. You might remember, of course, I'm sure no one has forgotten, it was not very long back that COVID-19 had happened. So the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020, all the performing contracts that we had kind of disappeared, and our puppeteers particularly found themselves living from hand to mouth, struggling for basic necessities, while our trust's projects did, whatever we could deliver through a virtual platform was delivered. But it was really difficult to sustain, something that is done in person to moving it completely digital. So I would just like to remind everyone that performative arts still require an environment to flourish, and these performing artists, they require a stage. And at this time, the puppeteers living in Kathputli colony, they're lacking both opportunities and a stage to perform. So while my team and I, we are doing our bit to help these storytellers profess their art form, there is a lot that young minds like you all can do to help. So, from the books that I used to read, including Harry Potter, that we had all read growing up, and all the creative movies that we've seen so far, there's one thing that I kind of realized that when we ditch our assumptions, then new ideas can really enter the world. So I just hope that from my entire talk, you take away a small message. Keep the childlike mindset and wonder within you alive. This mindset would take you beyond the first idea. It would help you solve a problem from a different lens, from a different perspective, not only at work, but in real life as well. And if you do end up finding a problem worth exploring, highly recommend that you dive into it. Don't think too much and take action. If you are living in a privileged circumstance and you see someone could do better in life with a little bit of your help, then please always extend that helping hand. Thank you so much for listening to me. And the next time you see any puppeteer performing a puppet show, I would request you to just please smile and cheer for them. They've really invested their whole lives learning how to maneuver these puppets and to entertain you. Thank you.